It's interesting to me that Daniel in the Bible is considered a major prophet. Daniel was first a dream interpreter, and he was also a dreamer. And yes, he was prophetic and he received visions, but primarily his giftings, especially initially, were in the seer realm, in visions, in dreams, and in dream interpretation. Joseph, when he interprets the dreams of Pharaoh, cupbearer and the baker, and even his own dreams as a child, was first developed on the scene as an avid dreamer. And then he ended up becoming somebody that we knew as a dream interpreter, and a dream interpreter of governmental people, particularly advisors to Pharaoh and then ultimately Pharaoh. And because of the things that he interpreted in dreams, he saved not only a nation, but it says all the nations of the world went to buy grain during the famine, not from Egypt, but from Joseph. And so I think it's interesting and fascinating that we have two of the biggest dreamers and dream interpreters in all of Scripture, Joseph and Daniel. These guys, a lot of people put them in the category of being serial entrepreneurs. They were not. They were government employees. In fact, they were probably the furthest thing from a serial entrepreneur. A lot of people feel like, well, they were good businessmen. Well, not really. Again, they were government administrators and they ruled well with wisdom. And anybody that can rule with wisdom certainly will be somebody that is considered good as a businessman. But they weren't primarily entrepreneurs. They weren't what we would know of today as being a serial entrepreneur or somebody that was particularly good in business. What they did is they managed well in the arena of government. So again, they would be considered governmental employees and even leaders. They were unelected leaders. So I couldn't really say they're politicians, but you could say that they're administrators, that they're ministers in government, things like that. But the first and foremost thing that established both Joseph and Daniel in the areas of hearing God and in the areas of prominence in governmental fields was dream interpretation. Again, not serial entrepreneurs, not good businessmen. That's not what they were. They were people who could see at a governmental level that shifted the destinies of nations, in some case, multiple nations, because they knew how to hear from God, they knew how to dream, and they knew how to interpret dreams. They're dreamers and dream interpreters first and foremost, both Daniel and Joseph.